Hi, I'm Jocelyn. Welcome to Fast Easy Vegan. Hey, do you remember the cabbage soup diet? That soup was so good, and that's what we're making today. I mean, I feel like I've been doing an awful lot of soups and stews, but they're so good, and in cold weather, there's just nothing like it. And I like soup for lunch because you can have a bunch of it and it's mostly water flavored, so I like that part. Anyway, our cabbage soup is on page 126 of Fast Easy Vegan, and if you're interested in this book, you can get it on Amazon and only on Amazon. The ingredients are really simple. Now, here's the thing with the cabbage soup diet, as I recall. You can put any kind of seasonings you want and like low-calorie vegetables, right? And that's it. And you can put as many vegetables as you want. I'm making a very, very simple soup that I've been hankering for this, so let's get started on this. The first thing we're gonna do is take one onion, dice it up. Let me turn on my pan on the stove. We're gonna dice up this onion and the 2 cloves of garlic and get them sauteing a little bit so they soften. Slidey little onion here. So I hope you like this. This is really a satisfying, tasty dish, and if any of you are sort of trying or hoping to eat lighter or lose a couple pounds like I am, then this is really a great dish. This is AJ approved. She would love this. Chef AJ, I love her and her husband. They're just the most wonderful people. Okay, let us get our garlic and onion going in the pan there. Ooh, starting to sizzle already. I like that. Okay, and we'll keep a stir on that. Eye on that, give it a stir once in a while. Well, I cut up this carrot to pretty thin slices. Now the recipe, or this really is cabbage soup, because the recipe calls for an entire half a cabbage to be cut up. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos that cabbage is one of my favorite vegetables. I really, really love it. So I work with it a lot, and obviously cabbage soup is going to be something that I like. It's kind of sweet, cabbages. Okay. Now, I'm going to give the pot a stir, those onions. Got my little squeezy bottle of water. Oh, that's working very nicely. Okay, I'm just gonna throw the carrots in there too. Why not? And now we're going to cut up our cabbage. Let me adjust that so it's easier there for you. I want to cut out the core just like that. And the other one just like that. And then just cut it in chunks. You can cut this any way you want. Ooh, do you hear that sizzling? That's nice. Let me give that a stir again. Okay. You know, the reason I do this, and you probably know this, but just in case you don't, sauteing the onions and the garlic a little bit really develops their sweetness and their flavor. So I pretty much always do that. Okay, there's our cabbage. But first now we're going to put in our broth. So a whole quart of whatever kinds of veg broth you like. The recipe calls for 6 cups of liquid. I mean, if you don't have vegetable broth, use water. It's still going to be good. So I have 1 quart and then 2 cups of water. And let's put our cabbage, our diced up cabbage in there. Get that cooking. Lunch. We are having cabbage soup for lunch. And we're also going to put in our spices now. 1 bay leaf. Stick that in there. Either a teaspoon of dried thyme or about a tablespoon of fresh. 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar. That just gives it a nice lift. And 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, which also gives it some depth. And a can of diced tomatoes. I like petite dice, but it really doesn't matter. It's just preference. And guess what? That's it. That's our soup. So you saw me from start to finish. It took a couple minutes, really. And the rest of it, now I'm just stirring in those spices and getting that mustard incorporated. And then we're going to let it simmer for like a half an hour or 20 minutes. And then it's time to eat. So I'll see you when it's done and we'll take a look at it. Soup's on. Let's take a look. I can't wait. I'm hungry, so I'm really excited. And you know, even though my food is really simple usually, I tend to put on the dog when we have company, but I'm still a foodie. And simple food is in some ways more difficult because you can taste every flavor, you can taste every nuance. So all the ingredients have to be right or it's not going to be a successful dish, in my opinion. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can just throw a bunch of vegetables together and it works out. You see all this steam rising? Isn't this yummy? Here's my spoon. I am ready to roll. You guys have the most wonderful, safe, and healthy week. Eat good food, enjoy it. And if it's good for you, it should also be extra delicious in my philosophy. Bon appetit. See you next week. Bye.